This letter was sent to me by a listener. His name is John Babcock from Clymer, New York, and it's called Special Birthday Wishes. I shared some time with a Marine a while back, courtesy of my brother Joel, a Marine in his own right. While traveling home on I-86 a couple of years ago, we visited a little town, a small rural community, home to someone special Joel wanted to meet. As we approached the Route 19 interchange, Joel said to exit and travel south. What a beautiful drive, winding through the rolling wooded hills and lush green meadows. As we began to enter the small town, there stood a little sign welcoming us to Scio. Joel began to watch closely and then pointed to the left. There was Fairlawn Cemetery. We entered the hillside cemetery and began our search as we climbed the tiers. As we crested the final tier, there toward the back corner flew 3 flags. The American flag, a beautiful blue flag with 13 white stars representing the United States Congressional Medal of Honor, and the United States Marine Corps flag, all assuring us we had located the destination, the final resting place of a fellow Marine Joel was determined to meet. We parked near the back of the cemetery and walked toward the gravesite. I cannot explain the feeling of being in the presence of Medal of Honor recipient Corporal Jason L. Dunham, U.S. Marine Corps, but the time I shared there with him and my brother gave to me new meaning of the word precious. As we approached Corporal Dunham's gravesite, we bowed our heads and offered a silent prayer. As I raised my head, Joel pulled from his pocket a Marine Corps pin. He asked if I had noticed Corporal Dunham's birthday. I said I had, November 10th, 1981. He was such a young man. Joel agreed, but said there's more significance to that date. He said Corporal Dunham shares his birthday, that of November 10th, with the United States Marine Corps. November 10th, 1775. You see, Joel would know that. He knelt down and placed his Marine Corps pin on the foundation of Corporal Dunham's stone. He then stood, stepped back, and snapped to attention. I knew it was time for me to step back and allow a fellow Marine to honor a fallen Marine. As I stood there and witnessed to such an honor, 2 words came to my mind. Those words are the motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis, Semper Fi, always faithful. That snapshot in time will live forever within my heart. Today, November 10th, 2010, Corporal Dunham would be 29. I thank Corporal Dunham on his 29th birthday for his service to this great country during Operation Iraqi Freedom, and for the ultimate sacrifice he gave of himself for his country and for his fellow Marines. I ask God's blessing upon him and for the family he left behind. Kilo 3 Bravo Gunnery Sergeant Adam Walker, U.S. Marine Corps, offered the following words in memory of Corporal Dunham that should carry an immense weight upon all of us. All that we have has been given to us. What we do with what has been given is how we honor those who gave. He went on to say Corporal Dunham sacrificed his life for his fellow Marines, and in a way, he sacrificed his life for each and every one of us. Now it is up to us, the living, to take what has been given and do what we can to honor those who gave. Also today, happy 235th birthday to the U.S. Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. A very close friend of mine since early grade school, currently a captain in the Navy, and also a flight surgeon, had been deployed a number of years ago to Iraq to assist in keeping pilots in good health. Before his departure, I wished him Godspeed, told him to stay safe and to keep his head down. His reply to me after arriving in Iraq speaks volumes about the U.S. Marine Corps. It went something like this. Even though this is a war zone and we are constantly aware of attacks, I feel safe. It is a good feeling knowing that I'm surrounded by Marines. On this special day, November 10th, 2010, remember Corporal Dunham and his family. I want to share these words of consolation with the Dunham family, a couple of passages from a letter written by President Abraham Lincoln to a grieving mother, a mother grieving 4 sons lost at war. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any words of mine which should attempt to beguile you the grief of a loss so overwhelming. I pray that our Heavenly Father will assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memories of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours for having laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Tomorrow, November 11th, 2010, is Veterans Day. That's a couple days. That's Thursday. A day to honor and thank all soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardsmen for their service to this great, great country. Make it a point tomorrow to call or to see a veteran and thank them for their service. You will experience a sense of patriotic pride you will remember forever. Our national anthem reminds us we are the land of the free, the home of the brave. I believe we are the land of the free because of the brave. The late Father Dennis Edward O'Brien, Sergeant U.S. Marine Corps, is credited with these powerful words that so gracefully and fittingly give credit to those so deserving. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the organizer, who has given us the freedom to demonstrate. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag. Special birthday wishes today to the Dunham family in memory of Jason, and to the United States Marine Corps on its 235th. I am proud to support the U.S. Marine Corps. I am equally as proud to have spent that precious time in SIO and gotten to know, maybe in only some small way, Corporal Jason Dunham. The U.S. Marine Corps is looking for a few good men. They certainly found one in Jason L. Dunham. God bless both Corporal Jason L. Dunham and the United States Marine Corps. The United States of America is by far a much safer and greater country because of them. I challenge you to make that trip to SIO. I know I'm a better person since that day, sharing time in Fairlawn Cemetery with Corporal Dunham and my brother Joel. Make that trip. It will change your life too. John M. Babcock, Clymer, New York. I have not been to SIO, New York, but I plan to go after my son deploys in January. I have read Jason Dunham's book, The Gift of Valor. You should read his story. Remember the Marine Corps on their birthday this week. They are always the one in harm's way. They are the ones that will rush at the enemy while the rest of us run to try to hide from it. They consider it just their job, and one they take very seriously. Jason Dunham took his last breath as he jumped on a hand grenade to save his men. It was not something he even thought about, but he had to have known what those consequences were going to be, and that there were going to be a couple of Marines on his mom's porch. He gave his life so that others could live. The last time I saw my son, and he's training very hard right now, and he said, I haven't really been really honest with you about what I'm going to be doing over there. And it turns out I have a really dangerous job. And I've asked my son, please don't dive on a hand grenade, okay? Please. But I have a feeling that it's kind of part of who they are. And that none of them would even think about it. They would just do it. On this Veterans Day, say a prayer for all of those who walk among us, who have served us so selflessly. Remember to honor them always, because even the 70-year-old who served, or the 89-year-old like Charles, who stared down Hitler's army, they would jump on the hand grenade again if their loved ones were in danger, because it's part of who they are. They're the protectors in society. Throughout time, there have been protectors. And if we don't honor them, if we don't take care of them, if we don't remember, when I started the show with Mark Rubio, if we don't remember and keep going back to freedom and liberty and what we should be all about in America, if we don't keep going back there and remembering that when we're facing down all of this nonsense, next time you hear two silly politicians arguing. Would you do me a favor and think about Jason Dunham? Would you get a book about of the Medal of Honor recipients and read what they've done? Read their stories? Would you do that for me? Because we deserve better than what we have. And we deserve better because it's been paid for by the blood of our young men. It just has. There's no getting around that. There's no politically correct way to turn that around. And get in your car, maybe over Christmas, and go to Jason Dunham's grave. Because he represents all of the guys over there. All of our guys throughout history that have been so very brave. That's what it's all about, you know? God bless all of you. God bless the United States of America. God bless the United States Marine Corps. Because of them, we're safer. We are the land of the free because of those who are brave.